morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour live on YouTube. We're a couple months late, but we are doing the Season 21 Invitational from our normal spot where we do it, Limerick Bowl. We are down to the final 8. Looks like we are ready for player introductions, so we'll turn it right over to Matt for those introductions.
For the official 2019-2020 Invitational Final. The winner of this event will not only take home the Invitational Final, but a $1,000 scholarship, and their name will be on a banner that will hang in the center as our Invitational champion for this past season. Time to introduce our 8 finalists in each division, starting with the scratch division. Our number 8 seed from Blue Ball, Pennsylvania, Trevor Courtney.
Okay, and your number 8 seed in the scratch division, Trevor Courtney.
He will be competing in the first of 3 shootouts. His opponents are the number 7 seed from Lebanon, PA, Darren Zombro III.
The number 7 seed, Darren Zombro III.
And also competing in the first match, the number 6 seed from Phoenix, Maryland, Nate Trentler.
Nate Trentler, your number 6 seed.
The winner of that first match will advance to take on our number 3 and 4 seeds our number 4 and 5 seeds in the second shootout. Our number 5 seed from Bangor, PA, Aaron Heckman.
Your number 5 seed, Aaron Heckman.
And competing in the second shootout, our number 4 seed from Indian Head, Maryland, Andrew Blaney.
Your number 4 seed, Andrew Blaney.
The winners of that second shootout will advance to the third and final shootout to take on our number 2 and 3 seeds. Our number 3 seed from Hamilton, New Jersey, Shane Matthews.
Your number 3 seed, Shane Matthews.
And our number 2 seed from York, PA, Brandon Updike.
Your number 2 seed, Brandon Updike.
And the winner of that third shootout will take on our tournament leader in the title match from Hamilton, New Jersey, Ryan Taylor.
And your number 1 seed in the scratch division from Hamilton, New Jersey, Ryan Taylor.
Okay, now it is time to introduce our 8 handicap finalists. From Claymont, Delaware, Ayla Harris.
Ayla Harris is your number 8 seed in the handicap division.
In the first shootout, she'll be also taking on number 7 seed from New Hope, PA, Andy Hoffman.
Andy Hoffman, your number 7 seed.
Also competing in the first shootout, our number 6 seed from York, PA, Elijah Hawkins.
Elijah Hawkins, your number 6 seed.
Winner of shootout number 1 will take on our number 4 and 5 seeds. In shootout number 2, our number 5 seed from Jackson, New Jersey, Emily Fogarty.
Emily Fogarty, your number 5 seed.
And our number 4 seed from Elizabethtown, PA, Aiden Pope.
Aiden Pope, your number 4 seed.
Winner of that second shootout will take on our number 2 and 3 seeds in the third shootout. Our number 3 seed from Nanticoke, PA, Anthony Tomaso.
Anthony Tomaso, your number 3 seed.
And our number 2 seed from Mount Arlington, New Jersey, Amelia Lamanowitz.
Amelia Lamanowitz, your number 2 seed.
And the winner of that third shootout will take on our tournament leader in the title match from Somerdale, New Jersey, Alfonso Pena.
Alfonso Pena, your number 1 seed in the handicap division.
Handicap finalists.
All right, those are our finalists that we're going to see today.
Okay, we are about to begin shootout number 1 of 3 for today's final.
So, welcome back, everybody. We've been off for a little over 5 months now. Normally, this tournament happens around the first weekend in June, but because of the beer bug, we're a little late this year. This would normally be the weekend of our season opening tournament, for season 22. That's going to take place 2 weeks from today at 222 Dutch in Ephrata. Top prize today is a $1,000 scholarship, and don't forget, the winners get their name on the banners that go up on championship weekend. Normally, we're not able to put up the banners this year. So let's take a look at our finalists. Your number 1 seed in scratch, Ryan Taylor. He was second after qualifying at plus 168 and shot 246, 196, 222 to get to plus 322. By the way, the pattern today was lithium. Lithium was your pattern. Brandon Updike, your number 2 seed, who's standing over my shoulder to my left. He qualified the number 7 seed and shot 246, 191, 215 to finish second at plus 253. Shane Matthews is your 3 seed. He qualified third at plus 157. Then shot games at 220, 185, 179 to get to plus 231. Andrew Blaney is your 4th seed. He qualified 5th at plus 150. Then shot games at 194, 151, 259 to get to plus 214. Aaron Heckman is your number 5 seed. He was 16th after qualifying. He was the cut at plus 68. The cut was plus 68 for 6. And he shot games at 210, 246, 189 to get to plus 203. Nate Trentler is your 6th seed. He was 9th after qualifying at plus 120. He shot games at 216, 234, 199 to get to plus 199. Darren Zombro III was 6th after qualifying at plus 145. Shot games at 216, 222, 179 to get to plus 192. And your 8th and final seed, Trevor Courtney. He was 4th after qualifying at plus 152. Shot games at 194, 248, 168 to get to plus 192. So it took plus 192 to make it to the finals. In the handicap division, Alfonso Pena was your leader. He was 2nd after qualifying. Then he shot games with his handicap of 203, 186, 204 to get to plus 207. Amelia Lamanowitz is your 2nd seed. She was plus 207 and in the lead after qualifying. Then she shot games of 184, 192, 179 to get to plus 192. Anthony Tommaso, your number 3 seed, he was 4th after qualifying, and he shot games of 238, 216, and 193 to get to plus 182. Aiden Pope was 5th after qualifying at plus 70, and he shot games of 208, 252, 218 to get to plus 178. Emily Fogarty was 6th after qualifying. Then she shot games of 208, 190, 223 to get to plus 146. Elijah Hawkins was 10th after qualifying at plus 20. Shot games of 245, 199, 209 to get to plus 133. Andy Hoffman was 15th after qualifying at plus 6. And he shot games of 191, 223, 238 to get to plus 108. And your final seed, Ayla Harris, she was 12th after qualifying at plus 14. She shot games of 206, 208, 219 to get to plus 107. So it took 107 in the handicap division to make it. As always, for our finals, we are bowling on our gold pins. And as always, let me restate, for our finals in majors, we bowl on the gold pins, and we also put out a fresh pattern. So there is a fresh pattern out here. It, once again, is lithium. So for those of you that are new, welcome. This is the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. My name is Jason. People call me P.A. Fats. Scratch will be on lanes 35 and 36. Handicap will be on lanes 37 and 38. So what we're doing today is we're going to have 3 shootout matches. 6, 7, and 8 bowl. The winner moves on to face 4 and 5. Winner moves on to face 2 and 3. And the winner of that goes into the finals. So your leaders are guaranteed no less than a $500 scholarship. As always, our message board is live and operational should you wish to chime in. Let me know where you're watching us from today. Looks like we're just about ready to go.
Okay, shootout number 1 for our final score today. In the scratch division, number 6 seed, Nate Trendler, number 7 seed, Darren Zombro, and number 8 seed, Trevor Courtney. Tom Bowler will advance to shootout number 2. On the handicap side, number 6 seed, Elijah Hawkins, number 7 seed, Andy Hoffman, and number 8 seed, Ayla Harris. Winner will advance to the second shootout. Holy fans, let's give a nice hand for our shootout.
All right, and off we go. In the handicap division, Elijah gets 117 pins handicap. Andy gets 27, and Ayla gets 29. Let me get some larger scoreboards up for you guys. I have to excuse the fan. I can't get that out of the picture. My apologies for that. So on the scratch side, Nate started out with a strike. Trevor started out with a strike. Elijah with an 8 count on lane 37, and Ayla started out with a strike. Zombro with a strike as well. So all strikes on the scratch side.
I'll give her a call. Okay, that's fine. Sounds good. Thank you.
And he comes in high, leaves the 6, 7, 10 split. So just so everybody knows, for those of you that have been watching our telecast, we have updated software this year. So we're still figuring out some bugs in there. I hope you guys liked our new introduction that we had. We will have an introduction every week. Introduction made by my non-genetically proven son, Daniel, so thank you for that. We'll try to make it a little better as the season goes on. When he has time, we'll get some other pictures up there. And also, hopefully the volume is fine. We are no longer on headsets. I got a couple podcast mics. They're a little far away from us, and I have the volume turned up on them. So hopefully there's no delay. Ayla up on 37. That is a double for her. Andy leaves the 7 pin. Zombro makes his spare. Andy makes his spare. Elijah threw it where you don't want to throw it. Nate now up lane 35. Ooh, swishes the 7 pin.
It actually made it easier for him.
Trevor up, working on a double. He leaves the 3 pin. Ayla starts out with the front three. Good start for her. She has a lot of pins to make up. Nate with the spare. And he comes in high again. That's his second split on that lane. Same split both times. So I have Matt standing over my shoulder to the right. Sooner or later, he'll say hi.
Hello there, everybody.
Hello.
Nice to be back bowling again after over 5 months off. And we had a sold-out field today. 96 bowlers was the max we could do.
Yes, we do have some new rules this year. I will go over them between right after this first match. Nate almost left another 7-pin.
Good shot there.
Ayla up now on 37. She's going for the front 4. Elijah having a little trouble hitting some pins.
Looks like a pretty good shot. And she's got 4 in a row. She'll make up handicap quickly getting those strikes.
Yes, she will.
Once again, this is the first of 3 shootouts. We will do this format for the first 3 games of the finals. We will do this format for the first 3 games of the finals. And then the tournament leader will take on the remaining bowler in 1 title match, head-to-head for the title. And just like every other invitational year, the winner of this event will be put on a banner that will represent the 2019-2020 season of the PJBT. So if you're just tuning in, tell your friends to jump online and watch the finals, as our winners today will take home a $1,000 scholarship. We're going to be paying out over $4,500 in scholarships for today's event.
Good shot there by Nate. That's a double for him.
The other scratch bowlers very close in proximity of score right now. Looks like Trevor Courtney has just a 8-pin lead at the moment. Ayla misses her first frame without a strike. After 4 in a row, she misses right. She'll look to pick up her spare. On the scratch side, Darren Zombro III just struck to keep up with the field. Very close scores on the scratch side as they are halfway through their first shoot. Let's see if Ayla can pick up her spare. And she does. So Elijah Hawkins continues to hold the lead in that match. But Ayla is right on his tail. Strikes keep coming on the scratch side. Once again, bowling on the lithium pattern today. Scores seem to be, I would say we had some good scores. I wouldn't say the scores were super high.
We did have 1 honor.
We had 1 honor score. We had a 290 and an 805 bowl today. But ultimately, the cut was plus 68 after 6 games for scratch. So just over 210 average to make it into the match play round today. Tough frame there for Elijah. 2 open shots. He's got 30 in the 6th. Ayla Harris right back on it with a strike. So she'll look to take a lead in a moment. As far as I know, they did.
I was just curious.
Trevor Courtney comes up high, leaving the 6-8-10. That's going to put a damper on his possibilities here as Nate Trentler strikes again to try to keep the lead in that match.
That's insane.
Good attempt there by Trevor, getting one. Back on the handicap side. Andy Hoffman gets 7-2. And there's a better count for Elijah as he gets an 8 in that frame. Another good shot there for Ayla Harris. Comes up high, leaving the 4-pin. And Nate Trentler continues to hold the lead in the match with another strike on the scratch side. So on the scratch side, Trevor Courtney can max out at a 241, and Nate Trentler still on a 269 pace. And Darren Zombro can shoot 260. So we have two bowlers who can shoot 260 yet in that match to advance. On the handicap side, Ayla Harris picks up her spare and maintains the lead in the match. Andy Hoffman unfortunately had a gutter ball. He'll look to cover it up here by getting 10 for a spare. We're up to the foundation 9th frame on the scratch side. Pretty good shot for Nate Trentler, leaving the 10-pin. That'll give Darren Zombro a chance to sneak in. Trevor Courtney, good shot. Maintains a possibility in the match. Elijah gets 7 and almost picked up his scare. He has 45 in the 8th. And another strike for Ayla Harris. So she maintains the lead in the match.
She's pretty much locked up for...
Yes, right now she can max out at 257 scratch. And with her handicap, that would put her in the 280s.
She just needs a couple pins in 2 frames to... Ooh, Darren Zombro goes high and trips the 4-pair. And he takes the lead.
Takes the lead in the match. As we head toward the 10th frame, I'll let you take over, get awards ready.
Okay. Thank you, Matt. So it looks like Ayla is definitely in the driver's seat on the handicap side. Like I said, she just needs a couple pins in 2 frames. On the scratch side, it is still technically anybody's match. Trevor could strike out, I believe, for 241. Nate could strike out for 248. And he comes in light and leaves a 4-10 split. So the most he could shoot now is in the 230s with a spare conversion. Trevor could still be in the 240s. So if he, let's just say he strikes here. So as long as he gets 9, he's going to force Darren to strike first ball on the 10th. If Darren goes 9 spare strike, he'll shoot 239. So Trevor strikes out. He's in the clubhouse at 241. So Darren will need to strike here first ball on the 10th. If he does not, Trevor comes back and steals the match. And Darren gets it. Not quite sure if he put it exactly where he wants it, where he wanted it. In the 8th frame, he definitely was about 3 boards more to the right. So don't know if he wanted to play a little more inside than that. The one in the 8th barely got back, and then in the 9th he went high. So now he just needs a pin or two. And that'll do it. Darren Zombro, I will be moving on. Colleen joining us. Colleen's son Colby was our PJBT Player of the Year this year. He's starting his collegiate career out at McKendree. And good place for Zombro to leave the pocket 710. So he shoots 258. 258 to 241 to 220 something. 224. On the handicap side, Ayla has finished off her match. She's going to shoot 215 scratch, 244 with her handicap. Elijah shot 57, 174 with his handicap. And Andy can still shoot 164 scratch, 188 with his handicap. 191 with his handicap, sorry. So Darren Zombro and Ayla Harris, the 2 bowlers moving on to match number 2. Are we flipping or not, Matt?
Nope.
We are not flipping. Sometimes we flip, sometimes we don't. Today we are not. After we give out awards for 7th and 8th, I want everybody to pay attention. I'm going to go over some of our new rules that we have this year that are very, very important. So hopefully everybody listening will pay attention.
Do we have a official
No, I have to show you off the cards. We'll post it. We'll eventually post it on the website.
all right, I'll
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Can I see the standings?
Don't have them.
Okay, only fan. Results of shootout number 1. Finishing in 8th in the scratch division. Getting a $60 scholarship. Certificate of medal goes to Nate Reimer. $1,000 scholarship. And the medal, Trevor Courtney. Our 8th place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $50 scholarship. Getting a medal goes to Elijah Hawkins. And our 7th place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $50 scholarship. Getting a medal goes to Andy Hoffman. Okay, on to our second shootout.
Trying to find out when the second week is. I don't know
Okay, so I want everybody to pay attention for a second. So since we are under rules now because of the pandemic, every event is going to be fluid. Basically, every tournament that we have scheduled right now can change at a moment's notice depending upon what's going on. The schedule is up on our website, www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. I believe it is also on our Facebook page. If not, I will see to it that it gets up there. That's PJBT Youth Information page. Every center, based upon how many lanes they have, will tell us how many our max bowlers can be. Normally, our max is 10 on a pair. Obviously, with the way the world is right now with the pandemic, we cannot do 10 on a pair. Today, we had 32 lanes, so we were able to have 96 people. So basically figure 6 people on a pair. So, for those of you that don't know, you can prepay online at our website, www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. That is right now the only way for you to guarantee your spot, is to prepay for our tournaments. We had to turn some people away today that thought they could walk in. We will only allow walk-ins if we have openings. And since we're going to be on limited capacity, a lot of our tournaments are going to fill up. So it's very, very important that you prepay ahead of time. As the week goes on, we will post on our Facebook page how many spots are still available for that week's tournament. Our next tournament will be the beginning of season 22 at 222 Dutch in Ephrata. Now, when you enter the building, you will only be able to come in the building one entrance and one entrance only. Somebody from the PJBT, most likely me most weeks, will be standing there. You must pass a temperature check. If you have above 100.3 degree temperature, you will not be allowed in the building. That means all parents and all spectators. Each bowler is allowed a maximum of 2 spectators. 2 spectators per bowler. So if your family has 2 bowlers, they're allowed 4 spectators total.
All right, thank you.
If there's only 1 bowler per family, there's only 2 spectators. So let's just say my son is bowling, me, his mom, and his grandmom not allowed to show up. Only me and mom, or mom and grandma. So each bowler can only have 2 spectators. Every bowler every week will have to sign a waiver. The waiver will include the bowler's name, all of their guests, and an authorized signature. Obviously, if the bowler is 18 years of age and over, they could sign it. If the bowler is under 18, an authorized representative of the bowler will have to sign it. Obviously, if their parents shows up with them, they can sign it. Now, we do have some bowlers that like to come with other parents. That is fine. What I did today was I had the children that came with other parents message mom or dad to get their permission. And I had to actually see the text that they received back from mom and dad stating they had permission. So it's a lot easier if a family member above the age of 18 will come and sign it. So those are the new rules. Okay, we will have limited entries for each tournament. All information for that week will be posted on our website, our Facebook page, PJBT Youth Information page. You definitely want to prepay as much as possible, because once we hit our max, that's it. If we hit our max before Sunday, there will be no walk-ins allowed. Everybody will have to submit to a temperature check, and every bowler will have to sign a waiver. The waiver will include all of the guests that the bowler brings, maximum of 2. If anybody has any questions on any of those rules, you can feel free to message me. You can feel free to message Matt, Josh, or Stacy. Will be happy to help you with all of them. All right, it looks like we are ready to go with match number 2. All right, off we go to match number 2. One other rule that I wanted to mention, also very important. Everybody in the building will be required to wear a mask. The bowlers, once they're in the settee area, and in the settee area only, can take their mask off. If the bowler leaves the settee area, whether it's to go to the bathroom or go get some food or even to come back and talk to mom and dad, they will be required to put their mask back on. All spectators will be required to wear masks at all times until this pandemic is over, which hopefully will be very soon. Once again, if you have any questions, you can feel free to message any one of us here at the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. All right, off to match number 2 we go. We got Darren Zombro, the winner of match 1 on the scratch side. We got Aaron Heckman, who just split. And we have Andrew, his last name is Blaney. On the handicapped side, we have Ayla Harris, the winner of match number 1. Aiden Pope and Emily Fogarty. Aiden gets 18 pins handicap. Ayla with her 29. And Aiden Emily gets 23. Once again, our message board is live and operational. Should anybody wish to chime in, let me know where you're watching from today. Emily makes her spare. Aiden spared in the first. Ayla open. On the scratch side, Darren struck. Andrew struck. Aaron split. Andrew makes his spare in the second. He's got 20 after 2. He is clean. Darren Zombro with a double. So he's picking up right where he left off. Ayla leaves the 6 pin. Aiden comes in high. He leaves the 2-4-7. So one of the cool things that this new software could do, and once I have some time and we have other people helping me do some announcing here, do some commentating in the booth here, I could do instant replays on this new software that we got. So sooner or later we will get cracking on them once I figure out exactly how to do that. Good shot there by Andrew. Comes in a little high. Stones and 9. Ayla spared in her second frame. Aiden did not make his spare. He got 2. Let's see if Zombro could start with the front 3. And he comes in high. Leaves the 3-6-10. Zombro misses his spare. Interesting, that's become, as the years have passed, much more difficult spare for bowlers to pick up. Back in my day, that was never a difficult spare. Ayla with the strike. Aaron missed badly. Don't know if he stuck or slipped. He was looking down at the approach. He leaves the 1-3-9. Don't see that very often. Not make his spare, so he has 2 opens in the first 3 frames. Andrew missed the head pin as well. He makes his spare. Ayla up in the 4th. She's working on a strike, trying to make it 2. Zombro splits the 8-9. That was a nice shot by him. Ayla did double. Aiden looking to double. He does. And now let's see if Emily could double. Aaron Heckman up, frame number 4. He goes 10 back for his first strike of the match. So on the scratch side, after 4, let's see here. Andrew has Aaron by 21, and Darren has a 9 pin lead.
Over on the handicap side, right now, Emily Fogarty has the lead. But Ayla right on her tail as she leaves a 5-pin shot. Aiden Pope working on a double. Just a reminder, bowlers, this is shootout number 2 of 3 shootouts and 1 stepladder for our Invitational Champion. If you are just tuning in, make sure you tell your friends to jump on our YouTube page and watch the live streaming finals, as the winner will take home the coveted Invitational Cup trophy and a $1,000 scholarship today. Hope chops his spare there, and Ayla missed her spare, so 85 for her in the 5th, 114 with handicap. Some strikes forming on the scratch side.
Yes.
Now Fogarty to cushion her lead. She goes a little bit wide, leaving the 5-8. She'll look to pick up her spare and maintain the lead in the match, as the handicap bowlers are halfway through the match. Aaron Heckman with a strike, 3 in a row.
Yes, we'll see if that lucky break that he got in the 5th looms large. He threw a not so good shot and tripped out the 6-10. Andrew up looking for a triple. He gets it.
Pretty good shot there for Aiden Pope, leaving the 7-pin. Ayla leaving the 4-pin. She'll look to try to convert. She's able to convert her spare, stay in the match. And a spare for Aiden Pope. Andrew Blaney with now 4 in a row. So the scratch match a little bit ahead here. Let's summarize. Top seed of the 3 bowlers, Andrew Blaney, can strike out for 256. Heckman a little behind, he can only max out at 224. But Darren Zombro, who's trying to win his 2nd shootout in a row, he can max out at 265. So he strikes again and he maintains the lead in the 2nd shootout. Emily leaves at 245, she converts her spare. And she maintains the lead in the match. On the scratch side, this is really Blaney's match to win or lose, as he has the lead.
Well,
I'm sorry, unless he's actually trailing
Yeah.
Darren by 9 pins,
Yeah.
so he strikes to keep the pressure on him, I should say. Zombro will maintain the 9-pin lead with a strike. And he comes
Yeah.
up white, leaving the
Looked
2-8.
looked like he didn't like that off of his hand.
So now Andrew will move into the driver's seat as they head toward the 10th frame. On the handicap side, Aiden Pope leaves the 7th pin. And Ayla gets a 6 count. She'll look for her. And she does. Converts her spare.
Aaron Heckman's day is now done.
Aiden not able to convert his spare on the handicap side, putting him at 110. So right now on the handicap side, Emily Fogarty looking to get a strike and maintain her lead. It's not a big lead, but she does have the lead.
Andrew is going to need a strike 8 spare to lock out Zombie.
On the handicap side, Fogarty leaves the 4 pit.
There's the first.
All right, time for me to do awards.
Okay.
You don't have any cherry Pepsi, so
So now Andrew is just one good shot away, and now he doesn't even need that. Zombro splits in the 10th. His day is done. Andrew Blaney will be moving on to shootout number 3.
Alright, what do you want? You want regular?
He'll shoot minimum 240.
Forget it. You want regular Pepsi? You want regular?
On the handicap side, Ayla strikes in the 8th. Aiden comes in high. He leaves an 8 pin. Which he misses.
Alright, did yours work or mine work? Alright, let's get it.
Emily now up. She has the lead in the match. She is clean through 7. Make that clean through 8. Aaron Heckman finishing up on the scratch side. He will finish 3rd in this shootout. Darren Zombro finishing 2nd with his 217. Andrew Blaney 242. If Aaron strikes here, he'll be at 204. Ayla comes in high in the foundation frame 9th. She leaves the 4-7. Ayla covers her spare. Aiden covers his spare. So Aiden is pretty much shut out. Ayla would just need a couple pins to shut out Aiden. And Emily just needs a couple pins too. So Aiden's day is pretty much done. Emily leaves a 10 pin. So Ayla could still shoot 220 with her handicap. She misses it. So she can't be shut out. But that made this match a lot closer. basically whatever Ayla does, Emily has to match. Mark-wise. Ayla comes in high.
Yeah, we usually do something more crazy.
So, she's going to need to make this if she wants to have any chance. And she gave it a nice run. She has 195 with her handicap. So Emily is just going to need 2 pins.
We're hoping to
And Emily crosses over. She goes Jersey and strikes. So she'll be moving on to shootout number 3. Aiden ended up with a 162 with his handicap. And Emily with 212. 212 for Emily with her handicap. Okay, that does it for shootout number 2. The awards are now handed out. We'll get ready for our 3rd and final shootout before we go into head-to-head for the finals. So, for those of you that do not know, which judging by the viewership, most of you do not know, one of the things, while we were on a 5-month hiatus, is yours truly, PA Fats, started his own YouTube channel. It's called Fats TV, P-H-A-T-T-S TV. Feel free to subscribe to it. Me and the non-genetically proven son We go live a couple times a week. This week we'll be doing shows on Tuesday and Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern, usually for about an hour, where we talk about whatever we feel like talking about. I will tell you right now, the show is not for the faint of heart. It is not for little children. All of our episodes are archived. So feel free to check them out. And hopefully, we get to see a couple of you guys tuning in. Right now, we are doing a expose on every show of stupid laws of every state. Our last show, we did stupid laws of Hawaii. Next show, we'll be doing the stupid laws in Idaho. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, every state has some really funny laws. Like, for example, there's a state out there where you are not allowed to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket. There's laws out there where you cannot keep your donkey in a bathtub. There's even a state where laws where women cannot ask men to marry them. Obviously, most of these laws are no longer followed, but technically they are still on the books. Two weeks. 2 weeks. So hopefully some of you will check that out. Once again, that's PHATTS TV, me and the non-genetically proven son. We'll be doing shows this week, Tuesday and Thursday. Then we're going to take a week or two off because he goes back up to Penn State. So with all this new technology that we got, I got to figure out how to bring him in where we could be on the screen at the same time. So we'll take a couple weeks off, get him used to being back up at school. Once again, like I said, we talk about whatever we want to talk about. Also, when we do the second show of every week, which usually is a Friday, but this week it's on Thursday, we like to do a little more audience interaction. So you guys bring a topic and we will discuss it. Just like here on our PJBT channel, our message board is always live and operational. So hopefully we'll see you this Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Alright, so in this match, Amelia on the handicap side will be getting 23 pins, Anthony gets 25, and Emily gets 23. So it's basically a scratch match, with the exception of Anthony. And on the scratch side, we got Brandon, Shane, and Andrew. Your number 2, 3, 4 seed. And I believe Emily was the 5th seed. So we got 2, 3, 5 on the handicap side.
Okay, bowling fans, it's time for a quarterfinal shootout for the finals on the scratch side. We have number 2 seed, Brandon Updike, number 3 seed, Shane Matthews, and number 4 seed, Andrew Laney. The winner will advance to the final match for today's tournament. On the handicap side, we have number 2 seed, Amelia Lavanovic. We have number 3 seed, Anthony Tommaso, and number 5 seed, Emily Courtney. The winner of that match will advance to the final match. Okay? Bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for our winner.
All right, off we go to shootout number 3. The winner of this shootout will be taking on our top seed for the $1,000 first place scholarship. Second receives $500. So it's like Andrew Blaney will be starting us off. He comes in light, leaves the 2-8. Brandon starts off with a strike.
Want to point out for our bowling fans, on the handicap side, we have just 2 pins separating all 3 bowlers in their handicap. 2 bowlers with the exact same handicap at 23, and Anthony Tommaso getting 25. So Anthony only getting a 2-pin advantage over his 2 opponents. So we almost have a scratch match on the handicap side.
You'll have to forgive Matt, he didn't hear me talk about that about 4 minutes ago.
Oh,
While he was down there putting in names.
this is true.
Shane comes in high, but gets all 10 down.
So Emily starts on the handicap side with a strike. Amelia starts with a spare. Here comes Anthony.
So it looks like you were celebrating a birthday up at your house there yesterday.
Yes, we were. The little Peyton will be turning 6 on Tuesday. So we're actually celebrating 2 birthdays this week. The little girl on Tuesday and
A little older girl.
And a little bit older girl, yeah, on Thursday. So busy week. Many people think we've been off bowling for 5 months. They think that, we had nothing to do. The reality is work for me was the busiest and continues to be the busiest it's been in 18 years I've been doing mortgages. So the time off from bowling was not really time off. It was just working in a different way.
Yes, you and me both. The world of accounting doesn't stop.
There's a strike for Emily Fogarty. She starts with a double in the handicap match. Right now on the scratch side, Updike and Matthews both started with a double. Brandon looking to make it 3 in a row, and he does. Well, Amelia missed her spare. She missed it the way I don't think she expected to miss it, but she did.
She may have made the 10 pin off the ricochet.
So that'll be a 9 miss on the board, 28 for her. Emily started with a double. Let's see if Anthony can match her. Pretty good shot. Light 7. Strike for Shane Matthews to keep up with Brandon for the lead and scratch. Both have perfect through 3. And a little crossover to the right-hander's side there for Amelia. That's a strike.
Somebody liked our comment.
Yep.
Well, at least we know they're watching.
That's right. shot there for Emily Fogarty as she looked like she was going to lead the 4-9, trips out the 4 and trips out the 9 for the strike. So she has the early lead with 3 in a row. On the scratch side, it's a battle of the perfect game. 4 in a row for Brandon, 4 in a row for Shane. It's tough to keep up with for Andrew. On the handicap side, Anthony goes a little wide, leaving the 1-2-8.
Oh,
Pretty good shot there for Brandon, leaving the 10 pin. On the handicap side, Amelia comes up a little bit light, leaving the 3-5-6. Good shot there for Andrew Blaney as he tries to keep in the match. Anthony misses his spare, so he'll have 44 in the third, and that will give the lead in the shootout to Emily after 3 frames. Brandon converts his spare. Let's see if he can hold the lead or if he'll lose the lead to Shane here. Scratch division is halfway through the third and final shootout match. The winner of this will take on our tournament leader, Ryan Taylor, for the Invitational title. Another great shot for Emily Fogarty, 4 in a row. After winning the second shootout, she is in the driver's seat right now in the third. Nice strike there for Anthony Tommaso. And ironically, Shane follows suit and leaves a 10 pin. So Brandon and Shane still on a 279 pace, but Andrew Blaney still on a 265 pace. So anybody's match yet on the scratch side. Good shot there for Brandon.
See, the bottle had fallen and then that didn't go back any further. It gave me my drink, it gave me my change, but
and a strike for Amelia. Now Emily looking for 5 in a row. She comes up a little bit high, leading to 6-10. So she will look to convert that. With a conversion, she'll still have the lead in the match. Good shot there, Shane Matthews matching Brandon for a tie for the lead. Fogarty misses her spare, but she'll still have the lead in the match. Anthony Tommaso comes up high, leading the 3-6-10. Big shot there for Brandon. Still on the 279 pace with Shane Matthews. Andrew Blaney right behind with a potential 265. Amelia on the handicap side. Amelia goes a little wide, leaving the 1-3-6. Anthony Tommaso makes his spare. On the handicap side, the winner of this third shootout will take on our tournament leader, Alfonso Pena, for the title for today's Invitational. Good spare there for Amelia. Oh, and Shane goes a little bit light. I don't think he got all of that one off the hand.
Definitely sailed right through his break point.
Yep, it looked like it sailed right by. He leaves a 4-8-10. So that will shuffle up the match on the scratch side a little bit. 10 pin for Emily on the handicap side, and now Anthony Tommaso up. He comes up high, leading to 6-10.
And Shane made his split.
Wow, great conversion there for Shane Matthews. So that's a big conversion because that will help keep him in the match.
Yes.
Big shot there for Brandon to maintain the lead with a strike. Brandon pretty much can set his own destiny now, as he can shoot 279, and nobody can beat him as long as he strikes out. Andrew Blaney leaves the 3.610, so that will take him down to the 240s. 240 max. Shane can go 250 max. Brandon can still shoot 279. As the scratch side will begin the foundation frame here in just a moment. Looked like a ball switch there from Shane.
Yes.
Ball switch. Comes up light, leaving the 2-pin, so he'll look to convert. There's a nice strike for Amelia Lomanowitz. Updike goes a little bit light, leaving the 10-pin. And on the handicap side, Emily Fogarty with a strike. So right now on the handicap side, Emily Fogarty once again in the driver's seat through 7 frames. Brandon with his spare now. Can shoot 258. Covers it up. Matthews can also shoot 258. Blaney can shoot 242, so this is a must for Blaney. Good shot there. Give him a chance in the 10. There's a double on the handicap side for Amelia Lomanowitz. We are up to 70 viewers. Tell your friends, jump online. This is the semifinal, final third shootout match. Winner of this shootout will take on our tournament leader for the Invitational title. Their name will be engraved with Colby Bennett, your Bowler of the Year for 2019-20, on this year's banner.
All right. So, with Shane not striking there, looks like Brandon just is going to need this first strike in good count. And he gets it. All right, so he's just going to need good count here, and he will be moving on to the finals. Shane misses his 10-pin. His day is now done. Brandon gets 6. That is enough. If you were to miss all these, he would have 244. The best Andrew could do is 242. All right, 248 for Brandon. He'll be moving on to the finals. Over to the handicap side. Amelia up in her foundation frame 9. She was coming off of a double. She could still shoot 218 with her handicap. Emily, though, with good count in the 10th, is already in the 220s. Anthony can still shoot 236. He gets the 10-pin out. So if he can still shoot 236, Emily still has some work to do. Emily is going to need strike here or spare strike. And she gets the strike. score more than your opponent. Right, ladies and gentlemen who's listening? Brandon comes up to me, says, any advice? I said, yes, score more than your opponent.
My first scratch finals. Hard to believe it, right?
Just like bowling in your first match qualifying.
Yeah.
All that it is. All right, Emily with the strike and spare. She shoots 245. Emily will be moving on. Anthony with a 4-pin. He bowled a really good game. Just those 2 opens that he had cost him. All bowlers actually bowled a really good game. Hello, Colby. Hope all is well out in the Midwest. Mama Bear joining in today. Once again, our message board is live and operational. Should you wish to chime in, let me know where you're watching us from today. So in the handicap division, Emily with 245, Anthony with 214, Amelia with 204. In the scratch division, Brandon with 248, Andrew 231, Shane 205. All bowlers about 200. We are on to our title match. As the players are warming up, I gotta go readjust the camera. I will be back in 2 minutes.
Thank you, absolutely.
Okay, we are back. And ready to go for the finals. Adjust the camera a little bit on the scoreboard.
Anthony, green and red.
All right, so just to go over the upcoming schedule really quick, don't forget, season 22 begins 2 weeks from today at 222 Dutch in Ephrata. Sunday, August the 30th, 10:30 start time. The week after, the PJBT has off because the Parker Bone tournament going on down at Howell Lanes. I do know Parker extended the tournament this year. It's actually beginning September the 2nd, runs through the 7th. They have a whole host of changes this year. You can find out information on that on his website. There will be squads similar to PJBT. Squads will be limited compared to other years. That's why the tournament is being extended by days. PJBT is back then Sunday, September 13th, major number 2, ABC East Lanes, 10:30 start time. The next tournament is the first of our girls only tournaments, Saturday, September 26th at ABC West. That's a 2:30 start time. And the following day, we are at Palmyra for the second annual Steve Brown Memorial Tournament. That is Sunday, September 27th, 10:30 start time. And that takes care of September. I do see something on the schedule that's going to need to be looked at. Looks like something needs to be changed there. I will talk to Matt about that. All right, you can get the schedule on the PJBT website at www.pjbt.com. Thank you, Betsy. You could thank the non-genetically proven son for that. Are you ready, Matthew?
We are ready.
All right.
All right, well, fans, it is time for the Invitational Championship match. On the stretch side, we have top seed Ryan Taylor from Hamilton, New Jersey. Taking on number 2 seed Brandon Updike from York, PA. Ryan has elected to start the match at 1 lane 35. On the handicap side, we have top seed Alfonso Pena from Silverdale, New Jersey. Taking on number 5 seed Emily Courtney from Jackson, New Jersey. Alfonso has elected to start the match at lane 37. Winners of these matches will not only win the title, but will go down in PJBT history as our Invitational title champion in the 2019-2020 season. Bowling fans, let's give them a nice round of applause as they begin the final match.
All right, off we go to the finals. Good evening, Ben. All right, Brandon will be starting on the scratch side. Alfonso will be starting on the handicap side. Emily is getting 13 pins. Alfonso starts us off with a strike. Let's see what Brandon can do. Lane 35. He picks up right where he left off. Emily up, her first frame.
Yeah, those are hard.
She comes in light. Didn't look like she liked that off of her hand. Looked like she missed right. She leaves the 2, 4, 5. Don't forget, we are bowling on the lithium pattern today. Ryan now up. Two-hander. He comes in high, leaves a 3, 6, 10. Emily makes her spare.
It all comes down to this, Jason.
Yes, it does.
Taylor makes his spare.
Normally, I would say the culmination of the year, what everybody's worked for, comes down to this match. Kind of can't say that this year.
No, can't say that this year. Fogarty misses her mark a little bit inside there, crosses over, leaving the 5-9. She'll look to start the title match with 2 spares.
Ryan up his second frame. He comes in light, leaves the weak 10.
Looks like a pretty good shot coming into the match. Fogarty misses her spare, chops off the 9. She'll have 27 in the second scratch. So Alfonso will look to take an early lead in the match with a second strike here. Again, our winner takes home the title and a $1,000 scholarship. Our runner-up finisher will take home a $500 scholarship. And it comes up a little bit high, leaving the 2-7. Good spare there for Ryan. Now let's see if Brandon can put some early pressure on him. Looking to put up a double. Nice cover by Alfonso Pena. Ironically, 3 out of our 4 finalists today from New Jersey. Brandon gets a double.
You know, we've seen that quite often, non-Pennsylvania bowlers doing well in this tournament.
Absolutely.
Think of your Michael Martells and your Andrew Lazarcheks.
Absolutely. We get a lot of bowlers from the Northeast, from different areas. And, you know, I suspect as we go forward here, depending on the situation state by state with COVID, that, you know, we may see some New York, New Jersey, and Maryland bowlers a little more often right now.
Yeah.
Until everybody kind of gets back to normal here. So we're just fortunate to be able to, even with extra precautions, be able to be back in the centers here in PA. There's a triple for Brandon Updike. And there's a spare for Alfonso Pena. So he starts strike, spare, spare. So he has an early lead in the match. I do want to take a moment to thank everybody, especially our sponsors who continue to help us out here. I want to thank Bowler X for donating a bowling ball today to our invitational. And we were able to give out a couple of bowling balls and a 50-inch television during our raffle today, which took in over $1,000 toward our prize fund. So I want to thank again our continued sponsors, especially with all going on. Continue supporting our youth bowlers here in the Northeast.
I won a prize.
You won a prize?
I did.
What'd you win?
I won the 5-day, 4-night stay to Birdsboro.
Oh.
The Birdsboro Hotel.
I thought you were going to say something. some other like hotel or something.
Betsy has a question. She says, will the Invitational in 2021 go back to the regular participation points entry?
Yes, that is correct. Yes, this year we just did not want to. It was hard for us to get enough bowlers with 11 points and so forth because of the situation with being off for a third of the year. So we just elected it would be a lot easier than to contact every bowler to do it this way. So, but yes, we do plan to go back to our normal style for next season. So hope that answers your question.
See if Ryan can get back on it coming off the open in the third. He does not. He hasn't found this pair yet.
Now he looks a little bit lost on this pair. The ball just slid by. We really need to pick that up. Alfonso Pena goes a little bit light, leaving the 3-5. So he'll look to convert that spare and keep the board clean. Big spare here for Ryan.
Yes.
He is not able to come up with it. He gets 2.
If Brandon finds a way to double here, he will take a huge lead halfway through the match.
Pena gets 1 on the handicap side, so he is at 65 in the fourth, 75 with his handicap. So at the moment, he has a 5-pin lead in this title match.
I mean, if he doubles here, he'll be up by just about 70 pins.
The winner of these 2 matches will put their name on the forever banner with Colby Bennett, our bowler of the year, for the 2019-2020 season. Big strike there for Brandon, 4 in a row.
That's what you want to do when your opponent's struggling. Put the foot.
Put the pedal to the metal.
Yep.
Alfonso comes up high, leaving the 7-pin. He'll look to convert his spare. Want to remind all of our bowling fans, please make sure you tune into our Facebook page and our website for updates on further events as we start the 2020-2021 season, our 22nd year of the PJBT. We will begin 2 weeks from today at 222 Dutch Lanes.
Front 5, huge lead.
Alfonso misses his spare. I will be right back.
Okay.
Well, it's pretty safe to say Brandon is in the driver's seat. And Ryan has no choice but now to strike out. Well, he went light there, but he was able to kick out the 2-pin from behind. So that may get him a little bit of momentum going. We'll see. Emily Fogarty with a nice strike. Strike in the 5th.
That's a double for Ryan. Much, much needed.
Probably the best shot of the match so far for him.
Absolutely. And that was probably Emily's worst. The everyday 157.
157.
Every day. P. Kyle says they announced bowling centers in New York could open starting tomorrow.
That is correct. I did hear that on the news. I'm sure it'll take a lot for them to get back to tournament play, we'll say, but just seeing the bowling centers open is an important step in the right direction.
Brandon comes in a little high in the 6, got lucky to trip out the split.
Ending his streak at 5, but still certainly in the driver's seat at the moment. Emily Fogarty gets 1 pin, 7-1. She's at 116 with her handicap in the 6th. She currently has a 22-pin lead on Alfonso Pena. And that lead is slightly extended as he leaves the bucket, the 3-5-6-9. He'll need to convert that spare. Got to give credit, Emily Fogarty right now in the driver's seat, coming from the number 5 seed position, winning 2 shootout matches, which are not easy to do to get to this title match. Good cover there for Alfonso. Now Brandon back up. That one slides by. That one looked like it just got farther down the lane.
Yeah, it looked like he missed, from our angle, a little bit in, which caused the ball to go further down the lane.
So 2-4-10, certainly a makeable split.
But the door creaks open just a little. Ryan can still strike out for 231.
Yes, he's still going to need a little bit of help, but he's still in the match. Brandon gives it a go, gets 1. So Brandon can still shoot in the 250s with 164 in the 8th.
Looked like he was trying to make it. Honestly, probably should have went for 2 there.
I'm sorry, 164 in the 7th, rather. So yeah, he can max out at 254, so he's still got about a 30-pin lead at the moment. Pena gets a strike.
These next 2 shots are huge again for Ryan. But right now, every shot for Ryan is big. What an astute commentary that was.
He did. He made a lot better shot there. That ball looked like it was a lot more on line, not as far out to the gutter, and it was a great shot. So, and a great shot for Emily Fogarty. She follows up her open frame with a strike.
My eyes aren't the greatest, but that almost looks like he's throwing urethane.
It's a good possibility.
The way that ball reacted.
One thing I can't say as a part-time commentator here, I don't know bowling equipment. All I can tell you about bowling equipment is it's round. Because there's so many new bowls and new companies and everything, new stuff comes out. It's hard to tell what everybody's throwing anymore without them reporting into us. But he's given himself a chance. You got to give him credit. After such a rough start in this match, he could strike out still for 231.
Absolutely.
And it makes Brandon at least show up. That ball crossed over, leaving the 3-6. Meanwhile, Emily Fogarty, really good shot, leaves the 5-pin. That ball just didn't have the drive.
All right, so with a spare conversion, if Ryan were to strike out, now he's at 209.
Brandon can go strike, spare, strike. Brandon is basically on a 224-inch pace.
Yes. So 2 marks here goes a long way.
Yep, got to keep the board clean. Meanwhile, Fogarty makes her spare, so she can max out at 193 scratch. So with her handicap, that would be in the 210s. Currently, Alfonso Pena can still shoot 214 and get 10 pins handicap. So he's got still in the driver's seat, but it's a close match yet. Cross is over, not able to knock down that 4-pin. Remember, these pins are a little bit heavier. So that pin did not go. Great shot there by Brandon.
Looked like he may have thrown that a bit slower, which would definitely tell me that his opponent could be throwing urethane, drug the oil a little further down the lane.
Pena misses his spare, and with that miss, he is now trailing in the match. As we head into the foundation, frame number 9 on both sides.
A double here all but ends it, a spare, and if Ryan were to strike out, Brandon would just need good count. Brandon told me this is his first singles finals ever in scratch.
Wow. What a day to do it.
Yes. And
That's a big strike for him.
that's huge.
That should pretty much lock up the title.
Yes.
I hope his mom's watching.
Oh, she is.
Because somewhere, I guarantee a tear's starting to come down the eye.
Yeah. You could say that again.
6 count for Alfonso Pena. As he leaves the left-hander's washout. Now this is an interesting spare because without this spare, gets 3, so 131. So he can only max out at 171. So Emily Fogarty in the driver's seat. She needs to keep the board clean, and she will take home the handicap title.
Yes. Scratch match is officially over. Brandon Updike, your season 21 Invitational champion. Emily with a strike in the 9th. So Emily just needs a couple pins and she will be the handicap champion. And it is over. Emily Fogarty, your season 21 Invitational Handicap champion. All right, 254, 183. And Emily will be in the high 190s. Alfonso shot 150 with his handicap. 197 to 150. All right, we will give out awards, take some pictures, and then we will have interviews with our winners. Stay tuned. You have been watching the 2020 PJBT Invitational Finals.
We are done. You can start pulling pins. I repeat, we are done. You can start pulling pins.
The lanes were different for him. He just couldn't get the right lane in practice. I made a
Once I'm packed up, I'll go to the back door and pick
practice
them
here
up.
because my man already getting out of the floor. After a hurricane, I was coming off the end of it. It took me something a little longer to get this break. It would get there, and it just, once I got this, like the 3 right there in the 10th, I literally just hit that spot and it was right. I didn't have to worry about any carry.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our
Ryan Taylor, your scratch runner-up.
Getting a $500 scholarship. Certificate and award goes to
Alfonso Pena, your runner-up in the handicap division.
Our winner for today. Getting his name on the banner now for 2019-2020, our scratch division champion, a $1,000 scholarship, and the first place official invitational trophy from Newark, PA is Brandon Updike.
And your scratch invitational champion, Brandon Updike.
And our winner in the handicap division, coming all the way from the number 5 seed, receiving a $1,000 scholarship, certificate, and the first place plaque, or first place trophy, I should say, from Jackson, New Jersey, Emily Fogarty.
And your handicap champion, Emily Fogarty.
All right, thank you everyone. Stay tuned. Jason will have his social distancing interviews with our champions in just a moment. We're watching the PJBT on YouTube. We'll see everybody in 2 weeks.
All right, I will set up the camera so we can do our interviews. Stay tuned.
I'll need a mask for mine. You want to do your own without, that's fine, but I've got to do it now.
I don't get it till like 6 o'clock.
I'm standing for 37.
Emily. Need to lift up the camera just a little bit. Our socially distant interview. So we are here with our handicap champion, coming from the 5th seed. Very impressive, having to win 2 elimination matches and then winning it in the final. Emily Fogarty.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So, bowling on lithium. How did you go about handling that today?
I first started between I first shot up like the 2nd and 3rd arrow, and then I saw it wasn't hooking, so I moved a little left. Then I shoved with my first 2 games, and then I made a ball change. And then after that, everything, I figured it out, and I just kept rolling with it.
So once you made it into the finals, did you have a plan for? I mean, it's difficult to win elimination matches, and
Yeah.
you bowled really good in both of them.
Just I went in there and bowled my best and went out with the outcome.
Is this your first tournament title?
No. Oh yes.
It is?
I
Okay.
finished second at the girls only tournament.
Okay. So this is a great one to win.
Yes.
You get your name on the banner that gets put up here every year for championship weekend, and $1,000 into your scholarship fund. So tell me a little bit about Emily.
I liked watching Netflix. I just got 2 new kittens and they're amazing. I like practicing a lot. I like to just work on my game and all that stuff.
Who's over there laughing?
That's my mom.
Your mom. Okay. So what grade are you going into?
I'm going to be a junior this year.
A junior. Are you on the bowling team?
Yes.
Yes. Hopefully there's bowling this year.
Yep.
Hopefully. So you're going to start looking at colleges soon.
Yep.
Any in mind?
Not really. I haven't really thought about it.
Would you like to bowl when you get into college?
Yeah.
Great. All right. This is your chance to thank anybody you want to thank and say whatever you want to say.
Thank you, everyone, family and friends for watching, and stay safe, everybody.
By the way, any relation to John Fogarty? Mom?
We are really not to that John.
Okay. At least you knew which one I was talking about. Not sure she would have known the one I was talking about. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your handicap champion taking home the $1,000 scholarship. This beautiful trophy, and her name will be etched amongst the banners as champions of the Invitational. Emily Fogarty. Good job, Emily. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, unfortunately you do. You get a free plug for FedEx. I'm sure when I get my Fats TV ones, you'll wear that.
Absolutely.
So we are here with our Scratch Division champion. Now, as you said to me earlier, this is your first Scratch Finals ever.
Yep.
That's very hard to believe.
A lot of seconds.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, for those of you that weren't watching, after he made it through his elimination match, you came up to me and you said, this is my first finals. Any advice? And what was the advice I gave you?
Bowl higher than the other person.
Bowl higher than the other person.
Yep.
You took my advice.
I did.
So, you, when we were talking a little bit off camera, you had said something that I thought was very interesting. What did you shoot in your first eliminator match?
246.
And then you did something.
I ball changed.
You ball changed. So you shoot 246, and then you change balls. Why did you change balls? Which obviously was a good idea because you shot the 250s.
Right.
So now I want all you bowlers to pay attention to this, because those little ones that want to come up and be a good bowler someday, listen to what he's going to say now.
Basically just one word, and that was urethane.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed Ryan during practice throwing a purple hammer, and he was trying to play a little right.
Mm-hmm.
So when he was in practice, I tried to throw on the same ball that I did in the eliminator where nobody was throwing urethane, and it wasn't picking up because of the urethane. So I balled up to a physics, moved a little left, and kind of slow rolled it off my hand and bounced it off his urethane track.
So, what does your opponent throwing urethane do to the lanes?
It burns it up a little bit.
And drags
It drags the oil
drags
down.
the oil down. So that's why he needed a stronger ball in the back end, basically.
Yep.
And you threw one shot, your split that you threw in that game. Did you get it in a little bit? We're sitting at a weird angle here.
It looked good off my hand. I thought that's why I almost started to walk it out. It looked pretty good, and I just seen it check up early, and I'm like, oh no. It was good off my hand, and it hit the spot. It just checked early.
The next time you came to that lane, I believe it was in the 9th. Did you? It looked like you threw it a little slower. Did you actually?
Yeah, I moved
actually,
one
it
left.
was in the 8th.
It was in the ninth because I
was in
finished
the
on the
ninth.
right lane.
Okay, yeah.
I moved one left and I untucked my pinky.
Okay.
And I just slow rolled it and just kind of peeled it to the right to get it around that intuitive hook spot that I thought was there.
Well, for your first scratch tournament, this is a good one to win.
Yeah, it is. Definitely, I had a lot of people here with me today. My grandmother had passed away a couple weeks ago, and she was one of the main reasons that today was possible for me. So I know she was out there with me with every shot.
Yes. That seems to happen a lot.
Yeah.
So, your bowling career is finally starting to take off.
It is. Yeah.
What would you say is the driver? Like, what's happening? Other than, as I said, you actually earlier today, you look like you're more in shape now.
Yeah, life's looking up for me now. I got a better job. Me and Haley are finally starting to plan our wedding. Life is good right now.
Also helps that he knows me.
Yeah, well, that was a long time ago. See, everything's just starting to add up now, and
Yes.
life is good right now.
Who would you like to thank?
I want to thank my parents, my mom and my dad, Scott. Thank you guys for everything you've done. I knew you guys wanted to be here, but 2.5 hours is a little hard, especially when I had to drive a half hour. I want to thank my sister for being a role model, and I want to thank my grandmother for being there all the way.
Anybody else you'd like to thank?
Yeah, thank you too.
Oh, I wasn't thinking me. The person that's standing right there.
Yeah. And thank you to my future wife, Haley. Don't flip me off. She's one of the main reasons that I'm able to do these things.
Well, you guys are like FedEx matching here.
Yeah.
That's all we do is FedEx.
Yeah.
It happens. That's all I do is work too.
And I like my job now, so
There you go.
I don't mind working.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking home the $1,000 first place scholarship, this beautiful trophy, and forever his name will be on the banner hanging here during championship weekend. Brandon Updike, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, let's bring Matthew back in.
Okay.
Wow, we have matching
Wow,
masks.
we do. Matching shirts, matching masks.
I'm
We
gonna
got it
I'm
all.
gonna have to get you a Fats TV mask.
Yeah.
Either that or we'll get PJBT masks.
Yeah, for real.
Yes.
That might be the next investment. All right, everybody. Well, we appreciate you tuning in tonight for PJBT finals. It's exciting to be back in the bowling center again after 5 months of, not being able to run events with all that we have going on in our world right now. So hopefully we keep moving forward in the right direction here, and we look forward to starting season 22.
22. Hard to believe.
22. I wasn't even 22 years old when this
That's right.
started.
You were 18.
So I was 18.
Yes.
So, yeah, you can do the math. You know. Point being,
You're still quite younger than me.
Travis made the comment today that he's
Yes.
getting old. So
Yeah.
what can I say?
And I'll be honest. When I was in the check-in room, when he came back in, I yelled at him for saying that because, since I got him by 3 years too.
So, but we look forward to seeing everybody back again in 2 weeks. 222 Dutch Lanes. We'll have our opening tournament for season 22. As of right now, it looks like we're going to be maxed out at 90 entries. Okay, that is subject to change, but it looks like 90 entries is our max right now. So please, if you plan on bowling, if you're not even sure of your average, don't worry about that. We'll verify it later. Just get your entry in because we don't want to have to shut you out, okay?
Yes.
We got to point out that the first 90 bowlers paid online are the ones who get the spots, okay? And keep in mind, everybody, Stacy and Josh do the entries. So when you message me, I love to hear from all of you, but unfortunately, I don't have the list. They take care of all the entries. So make sure that you get your entry in. You should get a receipt once you do it. And if you want to double check they got it, you can always message Josh or Stacy. They'll be happy to help you, okay?
We should probably say congratulations to them.
Yes, we should. We should. If our time off, they had their first little baby girl. It was a little bit of a scary time, I guess we'll say. But the good news is everybody's happy and healthy. And from what I understand, preview, they're supposed to be there next week or in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So
Okay.
they're gonna both hopefully be in attendance with the with Aubrey, their newest young one, 2 weeks from today. So we look forward to seeing everybody at 222 Dutch Lanes. Just make sure you come out early, get your waiver signed, and come out and bowl. We look forward to having everybody back again. It was great to see everyone today.
Yes.
So,
Until then, ladies and gentlemen, have a great 2 weeks.
all right, we'll see you then.
See ya.
Thank you.